It's me, Capri. My mommy is the best. Super mom will be next. She helps mommy get those smiles back. Go get those back. Others might go back. You wait for the show. Wash. Get ready for It's Super Slippery. Not Super Slap.
Welcome to Healing for the Soul podcast, sponsored by Supermom Robin Stoltman, where every week I feature different guests to empower you to become the best version of yourself through different methods you may not have heard of or thought of. If you are ever looking for a virtual assistant, I highly recommend Sphere Rocket to delegate any business-related tasks like grow your social medias, book appointments, and much more that all businesses require, boosting your sales, productivity, and much more. The link to Sphere Rocket is at the bottom of this episode, with this being season number 6. And today I have my guests, Jeanne and Lane, who is she's just turned 10, of Sweet Lane, a tween mom duo, turning struggles into sparkle, inspiring confidence, kindness, and girl power. At just 9 years old, Lane co-founded Sweet Lane with her mom, Jeanne, to turn their shared struggles with self-criticism into something brighter. They believed clothing could be more than fashion. It could be a daily reminder of self-worth. Each piece comes with affirmation stickers like "I am strong" and "I am beautiful," tucked into the tag designed to inspire confidence in tweens everywhere. And today we are talking about what's it like to be a young founder at 9 years old. At 9, because you've had it for a year and a half.
Yeah, she started at 9. She just turned 10 this week.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jeanne and Lane, for being here. I appreciate it so much. I'm excited. My kids obviously were too.
Well, and Robin, you know what? I totally forgot to tell you. So being from Louisiana, when something looks like Jeanne, it's actually French, is Jeanne. So that's my bad, because it's like not a common name. So
thank you for correcting me. That helps, because I did not know that. I'm just like my mother-in-law.
Okay. No, I just had to tell you. Lane is Lane, though. You got that one right.
Oh, that's good. I appreciate it very much, and thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it, and I'm sorry I got your name wrong. So Jeanne.
Jeanne is French.
Jeanne.
So we are very, very French in South Louisiana. So it runs very deep in our roots. That's why we eat crawfish étouffée. Lane can tell you all the goods.
Well, I appreciate it very much. So how did you start this mom-daughter business?
We started this by just sketching in this app called BazArt. It was a really big help in all of our business since we started and where we are now. And so how this started was me and my mom were sketching at the beach, and we found out that we wanted to do something with these sketches. We didn't want them to be like just these sketches that we do. We wanted to have a career to do with them. And so me and my mom put together a business. My mom first, she made a sheet of what her logo should be. We had the 2 lines, which they are the 4 lines and the 3 lines. And I voted for the 4 lines. I thought it looked good, but everyone else voted for the 2 lines and
the stickers. We started creating stickers with our drawings and our affirmations.
Yeah, and the first thing we did was stickers, and then we found a company to deal with to make shirts, and now we have a beautiful clothing line that we hope inspires a lot of girls. And
That's awesome. So why the affirmations?
The affirmations are because I just want to help, even when I'm struggling with my own positivity. I just want to help girls be more positive and have less life struggle with having to say am I not good enough? Am I not enough? Am I not beautiful? Yeah, I just love to see people happy and enjoying and believing in themselves that they are beautiful, they're enough, and God created everyone to be just as unique as He wanted them to be. And we are not all perfect, but we are all unique in our own ways. And nobody is ever ugly. I think of it as you're just unique in your own way that you don't think you're unique in. But a lot of people would really like to be just like you, because your facial features are just, it's more about the inside. It's not about the outside. That's what I tell myself when I'm like, do I not look pretty today? I'm like, nope, I look pretty. I'm beautiful. And it doesn't matter how I look on the outside. It matters how I look in the inside.
And we believe in the affirmations of self-kindness. And the reason why we use everything in first person is because we want it to be speak kindly to yourself. And what you speak enough, you believe. And so that's kind of what we promote with our stickers, which eventually translates into the T-shirts and the clothing. So.
No, I love that because, yeah, that is 100% true because we have enough, like the power of life and death is in the tongue.
Right, exactly.
Like there's so many throughout the Bible, and I'm like, that we can build ourselves up or we can tear ourselves down. It's all the words.
Right.
And they have a lot of meaning and power to them.
Very much so.
Yes.
So Lane and I both struggle. We both, and just to be a little bit more transparent, we do struggle, self-criticism and sometimes being hard on yourself. I mean, it definitely is a symptom of, sometimes the ADHD, but we find that why not be transparent and share? And then that way you kind of reach others and you use what might be your struggle to empower someone else. So
it's very helpful too. Because I guess like for me, I don't talk enough about my brain injury either. I had that when I was 16. So it's like people think that I'm fine. And then it's like, no, there's certain things that I cannot do.
Right.
But I've had to work extra hard at it, as a result of it. And certain things I'm like, I just could not change. So I just left it.
Right. Exactly.
So that's why when I hear Lane's story for the ADHD, I'm like, that is extremely helpful. Because there's other children in general that would love to have a business and don't have that support.
Right. And it's a beautiful thing. So it's how you see it. Sometimes I hear people say, oh, don't label. It's not a label. It's an actual diagnosis and it has a few obstacles. But ultimately what runs in our family is it brings out brings out compassion, creativity, a lot of passion for what we do, our loyalty and love for each other. So there's a lot of wonderful things about it. So
yeah, and that's a good thing though, because then when you find the right way to help, then it's just like the Bible verse. That's also another favorite one of mine, which is train a child up the way they shall go, and when they get older, they will not depart from it.
I like that.
So that's why I'm like, I love what you're doing, what you're helping her with.
Yeah.
Because what's your hope as a mom for Lane with her having this business now?
Right, exactly. Entrepreneurship is a common thing that has to do with a lot of this personality type because they pursue things very passionately. And, when they find what they love, what the natural dopamine flow becomes the thing that drives a lot of the entrepreneurs to do what they love doing every day. So.
Yeah, and it's very much needed. You got to keep that drive in the highs and the lows.
Right, exactly. Everything has its highs and its lows. So.
I pretty much figured out the heartbeat is exactly how the business operates.
Exactly.
And I've pretty much figured out that's life in general. Like
it is life in general.
Anything flat lines, it's not a good thing.
Absolutely. That's very true.
I do want to know, how do you balance guiding Lane as a mom and letting her lead as the co-founder of the Sweet Lane?
I would actually say it's a good thing for me in terms of releasing control and allowing, even just like Lane, her personality is, everyone loves her who meets her. I mean, she's definitely a lovable, likable person. And sometimes I'll find myself in a situation, even with like business related, trying to guide so much, but I realize that freedom, is what's ultimately going to allow them to kind of fall into what they're called to do. Like, and Lane is a very free spirit. So, I try to I take everything she says, I would say, to heart on designs. When we're working together, she'll start sketching and this and that, or vice versa. I'll come up with something and then we collaborate. And she's very quick to say what she does or does not like. And so I completely respect that. Even when I think something's great,
even like
she shoots it down. I'm like, okay, she's the voice.
I sometimes, it's never really the whole drawing that doesn't look great. It's just a part of it that doesn't really fit in, and so my mom creates the design and she shows it to me. She's like, Lane, do you like this? Or what parts do you not like with it? Or is it good? Or I either say, that looks great, Mom. Or I say, I think you should take out that little part. Or I say, I don't really like that too much.
Or she'll say, that's cringe. That's the new word, cringe. Right?
Yeah.
Cringe.
Cringe. It's cringe. So
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. I'm learning more. I'm learning as we go. The tween verbiage. So
I don't know any of that yet. So
it's tough.
I don't know.
You'll learn.
Well, hopefully some of it'll be okay stuff.
Right. Yeah. It's what the things we used to say 80s and 90s, like, if you said that's rad or whatever, it's just it's the new way of saying they like things that they don't, or,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's funny because now I'm thinking about when I went to Maxwell Leadership, they're saying that drippy was a word. I was like, I don't know what drippy is, but
I know.
apparently it was like a good thing or something. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I understand now that I'm older. I'm like, for the words that we come up with, but it's all good. So I was wondering too, what affirmation means the most to you that you've created?
I have two of my personal favorite that just help me when I'm struggling with self-confidence. So my first one is, I am beautiful on the inside and out. And that is why I love that, because it just helps me so much when I look in the mirror and I'm like, I don't look good today. I can be like, nope. If God thinks I'm beautiful, I should believe what he says, because God thinks everyone is beautiful. And people are going by their own words and what other people think of them.
That's great.
And I could tell you, if if you never had anyone talking bad, you would always be like, I'm so beautiful. Like, you'd be like, I'm beautiful, I'm loved. But it's always the person's opinion that sometimes gets you to that point to where you're like, I don't think I'm enough. Am I not funny? Am I not beautiful? Or even like with when you're jealous of someone, never think of comparison or what other people think of you. I would always think of not anything that other people think of you. If somebody calls you beautiful, yes, but God thinks you are beautiful and you are unique and you are the most prettiest person in the world to him, because he makes everyone in a different way, and he crafts you up to be as beautiful as he can.
What's your other one?
My other one is I am enough, because I love that one, because when I don't get invited to stuff and when I'm like, do I fit in, or do they like me, or am I enough for them, I always should tell myself, I'm enough, I'm loved, I have plenty of people that think I'm funny, I'm talented.
That's good.
I have plenty of stuff inside me, plenty of things, just plenty of
That's good.
affirmations inside me. Like, I'm beautiful, I'm pretty, I'm enough. Yeah.
No, I'm hearing all the different affirmations. I'm just like thinking of them. I'm like, I need some of these for me.
That's cute. I know, right? She's sweet. Show her what you have in your hand right now.
There's a
So
lot of
this
people
is
that
my
struggle.
yeah. So I play volleyball, and this is my affirmation ball.
We made it for the team.
We made it for our team. When we're feeling, or when we're losing, it'll just help us boost us up, because sometimes my team can be a little bit negative when it comes to when we're losing.
Awesome.
Nice.
Be grateful. Don't give up. Smash it. I can do this. If I believe, then I will.
If I believe I can, then I will. I'm a team player. So it has a bunch on there, and it's all in, it's kind of lining up with what we are trying to encourage the girls on the team to speak kindly. And we're just starting out this year. Most people haven't even played before. So we need the affirmation ball.
Yeah. So are you selling those then too? Are you creating those for other people?
Oh, no. The volleyball is just for her volleyball team. So.
Oh, well, I was thinking that'd be a great idea to add to the line, because I'm like, that's what I was asking. I'm like, I would have bought one.
Yeah, that actually is a good idea.
That's what I was thinking, because I'm like, that's a great idea, because I'm like, volleyball teams, there's like girls, like I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, how many girls struggle, and then like us adults, I like a little tiny one just to hold.
Yeah. It might be in the future.
Even if you're not a volleyball, even if you're not a volleyball player, it still can be perfect for you, because you can have it somewhere where you can remember, and you can pull it out when you're struggling with like self-positiveness, and just read it like, okay, I was thinking these things.
I was thinking like as an adult like myself, like even like for a little handheld ball. Or like
oh yeah, like a squishy image. That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like my son, like I said, that has the autism. And that's something that would help him. Like for sensory is what I was thinking. Because the one that does have the ADHD is kind of like all over sometimes. And I have not found his gift yet. And that's what makes it challenging for me. So how did you know that this was like Lane's gift?
Right. So that's a great idea. Actually, I'm already kind of like, okay, we're gonna go here. Look, we're gonna go check that out. So
sorry, that's like what I
do. I think it's a great idea. Actually, it really is. So we're gonna see what product lines are out there with our manufacturers for that potentially. That's a really good idea. It's very popular these days. All the kids love the squishies. So.
Well, not even that, but I'm like the volleyball itself too.
Right, exactly.
About it. You have like a Sweet Lane volleyball.
I know. I know. Yeah, you're right. So
that's what I'm like. I'm thinking. I've got the idea. I've got the. That's the only downside. Well, it's not a downside, but like it's a good thing to be a visionary leader for entrepreneurship, because like you see things and it's like, that's a great idea. That's why I'm like, I immediately thought of that, because I'm like, oh, there's much more things you could add potentially like down the line, which I think is huge.
Yeah. I agree. I love it.
It's a blessing and
a great idea.
That. Yeah. But no, I love that idea for the volleyball, but I'm trying to think. I knew how to question, my brain just went. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
No, because now my brain went down the ideas, because so being a visionary leader, now I'm seeing like all these different things that you guys could potentially do, not just like the ball, but and like the squishy that I was thinking of is actually, have you thought of that idea for like your stickers? Like making those like into squishies, and then you could put an affirmation on those.
Yeah, that's a thought for sure. It's
I'm
definitely
just
good.
getting all these ideas that are coming
Oh,
now. So that's
no,
my brain.
I like
I'm
it.
sorry, my brain went the
No, it's
wrong
okay.
direction.
I will say we're trying to master one thing at a time.
Yeah.
The one thing that I kind of laugh is the idea of how many will come. And so now we finally said with our showroom, we've got our spring line, and then we have our fall and our holiday. We're about to produce everything. Sold the spring in August. And then this January will be when you introduce fall and holiday.
Yeah.
But we are trying to master that. It's creating. That's the other thing. Having Lane be a little bit more involved on that side too, and seeing how the business operates. I think getting her in the details. She did fly over and go to Dallas with us to the showroom. That was fun.
Yeah, that was really
What's
fun.
that like?
So
that that was so great.
Got to see the market center, and then she tried on the clothes and got to talk about the clothes. Seeing how that works. I think that was an interesting thing. So that's where all the retailers, come in and buy. And that's one thing we went to a couple of the stores that buy from the showroom. They're here in Baton Rouge, and she got to go in there. And when we went to Ali, remember when you went in there? Getting to meet them and meet her, and that was fun. They were excited to meet her, and so it's a process. You realize don't despise small beginnings, right? That scripture, like it's the beginning process, all the little things that you want to, in the past kind of want. I was a personality type that wanted it right away, and now I'm not. Now I'm like, I'm enjoying. We are learning the lay of the land in all of it, so that's good for you.
That sounds like something I still need to learn. Being patient. Wow.
Right.
Patience with composure while waiting.
No. So,
But I love that though, how God puts certain people together to help like get that more creative. That's why I'm like the showroom. I'm thinking like I've been in vendor shows before. So it's like vendor shows, I'm thinking like, so then there are a bunch of retailers. Is there like a big, I don't know how that one works. Is it something similar or?
So in the market center, they host obviously multiple throughout the year, and they have them in Dallas, Atlanta, New York, Vegas. There's a few other smaller ones throughout, I think in Florida as well. And so the retailers from different regions, they may travel all over, some stay within their regions, and they will go into the market center and they go and they buy. And they all buy 6 to 7 months out. So, January, when we're selling in January, they're buying actually for fall and Christmas. So when we did August, they were buying for spring. They plan their budget that far out. And then that's why when you think about all those fashion shows, they do the runways predicting, the styles. So they basically are coming into market knowing what's coming. They go in and buy ahead of time, and they're planning their budgets, designated budget per season. So they buy, that far out. It's a great way to get in front of the retailers in the showroom that we are in. We love them, the Klein Group, great team, big team. They've been doing it for 30 years. They have a lot of relationships. So it's almost the selling component is put into a very reliable source's hands, and they write the orders and send them to us. And then we love the part that we get to do is, nurture those relationships. So once the orders are written, Lane and I, we send thank you notes out. We send our little affirmation card pack. It's cute. It has a little rhinestone tapes, and they're cute to put up in the dressing room. So that's one of our boutiques did that and gave us that idea. It was so cute. Put them in each dressing room. So we do that, and those are fun ways to. We really enjoy the relationship side, of the retail business. So,
well, no, that's nice because it's like I don't know the retail side of the business. Like for things like my business is completely different. Like mine's all service based, like for the hypnosis, and then like for the podcast, like that's all service based, which is completely different. So I'm like, it's different, like learning the different markets and like how different businesses operate so different. Like some of the things apply, like when I was doing network marketing, a lot of that helped me start like to know how to do business and like how to do the customer service side. But then things would just change, and I'm like, I love learning about different areas.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's the thing, like for me. So like what's that one moment, maybe like at a pop-up or a showroom where you saw Sweet Lane really click for someone?
Yes. So we actually do want to do the pop-ups is something that we have built into the tier programs that we want to do where our top tier, we would go and do, visits to boutiques and do like a pop-up in the store. So you get to meet some of the girls and things like that. That'll be fun. Those are all kind of in our laid out, plan for going forward into 2026.
That's awesome. Because I like the different ideas, like where you're going. So do you start out the small ones? Because like when he even said that Bible verse, don't despise the small beginnings. I'm like, there was a sign from God.
Yeah.
Like, I have not been the best at that. That is really hard though.
Right.
To not despise the small beginnings, because it's like we
do not despise the small beginnings. It's actually my favorite. I can't remember. Yes, exactly the quote. Lane's right here still. It's Friday afternoon. Can you tell?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm like, no, she's fine, because like I said, my kids, that was just trying to get started. So, like, that's okay though. Like that's what I love though, is that how you're doing the thing, you're helping her, and like the pop-ups, are you starting all those small then? Like you're going to different, like the small boutiques, and then you're going to like the bigger stores? Or like how are you doing that right now?
So we haven't started that. That's actually part of the tier program that we have in. So we just started our retailers that we picked up from August Market. Those orders actually ship January 15th. So our China factory is actually going to be shipping our stuff in the next probably 4 weeks. We'll get that order in. So we've had our clothing in, but this is our first actually bulk order that will be coming in. So we really have been we've been launched, we've been selling, but I feel like it's almost like it was official in August when we sold in the marketplace with our samples. But it feels like once that order comes in, I can't wait to have her in that. Like she's got a lot of energy. So I'm going to have her unpacking all those boxes, and, we have a lot of those. She's going to get to see the real side of when everything comes in. So we do have an office over at LSU. It's their business innovation center. And so they support local businesses. So we have an office space over there.
Awesome. I love that. So then I was also wondering, so for Lane, what part of the business do you love the most?
The part of the business that I love the most is probably helping girls just improve their self-positivity.
Self-kindness is what we call it. We call it self-kindness. We were just talking about it. So would you say to someone, you are this, or you are not enough, like we were saying? No. So why would you talk to yourself like that? So that's what we're saying. The same way you speak kindly to others, you need to speak kindly to yourself.
So like if you were like telling one of your friends, like, you're ugly, or like if like you're ugly, or you're not enough, would you ever talk to your friends like that? Like, would you ever talk to your friends like that? No. So why would you talk to yourself like that?
Yeah. And the other thing, we have in our affirmations are, I can do hard things. I will not give up. I will succeed. We actually have them on our computer right here too, on our mirrors all over. So, you put them anywhere and everywhere. The stickers that would come, they're really great. They're these wonderful vinyl waterproof stickers that can go on water bottles. They can go through the dishwasher multiple times. So that's the other thing. You can put them on water bottles and binders and mirrors, just anywhere that your everyday essentials,
Awesome. Well, no, I like that, because like my one son Lester, he's taken those diamond paintings, and he's been working on those. So he likes that. That seems to help him a little bit with his ADHD, but I'm like, he's very much like he wants to have a business at the same time. Like he's got mine mastered. So like, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I hope not. But if I do, he knows how to.
Yes.
He's 7, but he knows how to handle it. And I'm like, okay.
I love it.
No, so that's very helpful. So Lane, I was going to ask, do you read any of the books to help you now, like for business? Or are you just being a girl when you're in school doing the thing of how do you balance that?
How do I balance that? Actually, that's a really good question.
That's a really good. I love that. You're cute.
So I balance it by just learning how to talk kindly to myself, and then because I need to practice what I preach before I preach it, and that's one of my favorite things to say.
When do we do our work? We do work sessions sometimes. And we'll balance it. She's very busy with school. So school, volleyball, all those. But you like to go to the office too.
I love the office. Also, another way I balance it is by just if my mom ever, I love helping my mom on designs. If my mom ever needs help on the designs, I help her, and if I ever need help on a design, she will help me. So we balance each other working together. Because the story of this shirt is Besties for the Resties, and that started by it being
at the beach.
And I still do. I called each other besties for the resties.
So we were at the beach and we said besties for the resties. Oh, she's going to the restroom really quick.
Oh, no. It's
yeah. So we were at the beach. We started doing that. And then she was cute because she said, let's do a drawing with it. So then we kind of started, doodling, and then it was funny because we kind of went back and forth on those sketching, and she likes the Polaroid pictures, so that's what that is. And so she definitely kind of guided that process, and then one thing that I like to let her do is to create a sketch to see what's in her mind. And then once she puts it down, it almost like sometimes spurs an idea from there in me. And so we kind of bounce it back and forth to where it ultimately ends up with the final design. And so it's kind of a good way of it's almost like collaborating, but, letting her kind of start. She's still kind of getting a little familiar with some of the program stuff, but, she's playing with it. She's getting, really good at it. So taking some time. She is busy, like you said. So the balance is definitely critical to, doing this and letting it stay fun. So that's what we want.
Well, that's what I was wondering, because it's like, I know that's why none of my kids, I don't have them do anything yet, because it's like, I didn't know, how do you balance all of that?
Right.
But then again, I'm like, I got a bunch of...
Well, yeah, no, we have to be intentional. We have a busy house. We have busy schedules. And the one thing I am learning at 46 years old is it's faith and family. I have struggled with not putting work before that more than sometimes the passion of creating. And really realizing that I don't think they'll ever really are not going to unfold the way we would want if I did it that way. So it's almost the being intentional about what comes first, priority wise, and then allowing the rest. I do feel like God's very faithful in how He provides and won't expand our territory, knowing it could help or harm. So I want to teach the kids that too. So. My grandmother always said more lessons are caught than taught. And I do believe that's true. So if I'm teaching that work, then that's not really going to be something that's being a gift passed down. So we try to balance it out.
I've seen what all work does to a family. It's not,
right.
Yeah, it's not a good thing at all. But no, I'm glad that you're bringing the joy to it.
Exactly. Let it stay. Yeah, it's a gift. God gives us our gifts for our callings. And so we're kind of just operating in where we are right now with it. And it's fun and it's got its hard days for sure. For me, more than obviously for her, it's fun. So we keep it fun. I want her to have fun.
Yeah. Well, no, I love that. So what's the best way for our audience to get in contact with you?
I'm sorry again. What'd you say?
What's the best way for our audience to get in contact with you?
Oh, well, so our Instagram is definitely a place that we like to post a lot of our creativity and our fun and kind of talk. That's at Sweet Lane Collections. But
And also, we
our
have
website,
our website and
Our what?
our website,
that's Candy Art Design.
Candy
So,
Art Designs, and what's the one where like you can buy off of?
the what?
The one you can buy off of.
Oh,
Is that the
well, we have our showroom as well. I'm sorry, through the Klein Group online. They also carry the line. So if there's retailers interested, they can go through them, or they can, of course, email us and we can direct them next steps. So
Awesome. So no, I love this. So the easiest way would be Instagram to get hold of you, it sounds like, for the designs and like knowing what they look like and all of that.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. We have lots on there. We have reels, the press coverage. Lane has had some magazines that she's done. She's about to do another one coming up actually in a month. She'll be on the cover. So of that. So that's fun on the entrepreneurship and all of that. So we have lots of information there. So she's grabbing her volleyball. This is going to be our next thing. Thanks to you.
Well, yeah, that's her. I'm like, sorry, my brain went down that direction there.
Oh,
It's a good thing, but sometimes it's a
yes.
same time.
Love it. Well, thank you for all that you do. And I mean, you're definitely an inspiration and finding people and sharing stories and managing your amazing home. I'm impressed with you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So I just want to remind everybody to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Healing for the Soul podcast and keep coming back for more episodes. Thank you, everyone, for your time and your energy while listening to today's episode of Healing for the Soul podcast.